Mark 4. 714. Alpha 7 Mark 4.
What a graceful performance! One Earth, one family, one future. This is our country's culture and nature. But how well do we know about G20? To test our knowledge, we now give the stage to our friend Anika Upadhyay for a quiz on G20. Let's welcome her with a big round of applause. Thank you, Amrita and Anjali. Good morning, everyone. I'm Anika Upadhyay, your host for today's quiz on G20. The Group of 20, G20, is the premier forum for international economic cooperation. It plays an important role in shaping on all major economic issues. G20 was founded with the aim to discuss policy pertaining to the promotion of international financial stability. India holds the presidency of G20 from 1st of December 2022 to 30th of November 2023. And the last G20 meet will be held at the capital city of New Delhi, which is a matter of great pride for the entire nation. For India, the G20 presidency also marks the period called as Amrit Kal, which is the 25-year period beginning from the 75th anniversary of its independence on 15th of August 2022. India celebrated many historical achievements during its G20 presidency, including the successful soft landing of the Vikram lander on the South Lunar Pole. The spacecraft entered lunar orbit on 5th of August and the lander touched down in the lunar South Pole region on 23rd of August 2023, making India the fourth country to successfully land on the moon and the first to ever do so near the lunar South Pole. Even today's day marks an incredibly important milestone for India with the launching of the Aditya L1, which is a planned chronography spacecraft to study the solar atmosphere, designed and developed by the Indian Space Research Organization ISRO and various other Indian research institutes. It is the first Indian mission dedicated to observe the sun and is scheduled to be launched today at 11:15. Leading up to the centenary of its independence, India aims towards a futuristic, prosperous, inclusive and developed society, distinguished by a human-centric approach at its core. The objective of today's quiz is to raise awareness and to increase our knowledge regarding the G20 summit and the other groundbreaking achievements that we have undertaken during the current times. And we will continue to do so with the work that we do. And the best way to increase our awareness about these topics is to have an interactive session where we all learn together through a series of questions. I encourage all of you to please give it your best shot and we shall discuss all the answers so as to make this a fruitful and productive session. Now, let us start with some questions to test our awareness and to also improve our knowledge with these questions. First, when was G20 established? You may raise your hand to answer. Absolutely right. The correct answer is 1999. G20 was established in 1999 to bring together finance ministers and central bank governors of developed and developing countries. Second question. Where was the first summit of G20 held? The G20 summit was held for the first time in Washington, D.C., USA. Moving on to the next question. To date, how many summits of G20 have been held? Ooh, that's close. It's been held 18 times till date, including India's presidency. From which flag is the logo of the G20 2023 summit inspired? Absolutely right. The G20 logo draws inspiration from the vibrant colors of India's national flag: saffron, white, green and blue. It juxtaposes planet Earth with the lotus, India's national flower, which reflects growth amid challenges. The Earth reflects India's pro-planet approach to life, one in perfect harmony with nature. Moving on to the next question. When was the first G20 summit held? Actually, 1999 is the year that the G20 summit was established as an organization. But the G20 summit was first held in 2008 in Washington, D.C., USA. Moving on to the next question. In which year G20 declared itself the primary venue for international economic and financial cooperation? The correct answer is 2008. Moving on to the next question. Which country is the permanent guest of the G20? Absolutely right answer. The permanent guest for the G20 summit is Spain. Now, where is the theme of the 2023 G20 summit Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam derived? That's actually the literal translation of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in English. Ooh, that's close. Again, that's the translation for Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in English. I'll repeat the question meanwhile. From where is the theme of the 2023 G20 summit Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam derived? Yes, correct answer. The theme Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is derived from the ancient text of the Maha Upanishad. Next question. Who designed India's G20 presidency logo in the form of sand art in Odisha? That was a tricky one. The correct answer is Sudarshan Patnaik. Next question. Where was the first G20 Sherpa meeting under India's presidency held? No, I'm afraid that's the wrong answer. I'm afraid that's wrong. I'm sorry, that's wrong. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Under India's presidency was held at Udaipur, Rajasthan. Moving on to the next question. Which vehicle will be used for the Aditya L1 launch? I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Close. That's it. Sorry? Yes, absolutely correct. It is launched using the PSLV XL. The Chandrayaan 3 mission's rover is called as True. The correct answer is Pragyan. Moving on to the next question. Which launcher is used for Chandrayaan 3? I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Absolutely correct answer. The correct answer is GSLV Mk3. Who is the director of the Chandrayaan 3 mission? Correct answer. Moving on to the next question. What name is given to the Chandrayaan 3 landing spot? Correct answer. Shiv Shakti Point is the name given to the Chandrayaan 3 landing spot. And with that, we come to an end of this quiz. Thank you so much for your incredible participation, which made this a truly informative and fruitful event. Thank you. Thank you, Anika. The Young Mind Summit is a perfect platform for students to exhibit their talents in the field of language, art, science, humanities, and technology. To nurture the young talents, Hillwood Fest 2023 has been arranged into 18 events under the banner of 9 titles.
The English language is simply not logical. It is strong, free, and beautiful. To celebrate the English language, the first title of our Hillwood Fest is Thinking Out Loud. Under this title, we have 4 events. The first event, for classes 6 to 8, is slogan writing competition. Students are supposed to design posters on the spot. The posters must be original and eye-catching.
It is said that words have the power to both create and destroy. Words can light fires in the minds of human beings. And to light fires in our hearts, we have the second event for the students of classes 9 to 12. That is a declamation competition. Students must speak for 3 minutes on the topic Accelerating the Progress of G20.
A good speaker must have the ability to capture their audience and resonate the intended message even after the narration is over. For our third event, we have with us the spellbinding speakers to captivate our minds with their wondrous tales. For classes 10 to 12, we have a TED Talk competition. The topic is The World is One Home. The time limit is 4 to 5 minutes.
A radio is not just a culmination of broadcast, but it is a nostalgia where our words meet our hearts. The fourth event, AM to FM, for students of classes 4 and 5, is sure to fill us all with nostalgia. The participants will put on a radio show with the time duration being 3 minutes.
The second title is Hindi Hai Hum with the event Buno Kahani for classes 4 to 5. This is a storytelling competition where students have to recite any old Hindi story with a new twist. The time limit is 3 minutes. Colors are the smiles of nature. It has the power to directly influence our soul. To paint our worlds with ideas and celebrate the festival of colors, we have our third title, Chitrotsav.
The first event under this title is a pop-up cards competition where students have to design a pop-up card on the theme Color Me Green. The time duration for this event is 1 hour. Any form of art is
art forms. Under the second event, the students of classes 6 to 8 show. Any form of drawing like mandala art, volley painting or a combination of all art forms is welcome.
A blank canvas has unlimited possibilities. To fill their canvases with ideas on gender equality, we have the students of classes 9 and 10 participating in the El Dibujo poster making competition, which is the third event under Chitrotsav. The participant should prepare the poster on the specific theme. The time duration is 1 hour.
Friendship is not measured by days or years, but by the warmth and love that resides in our hearts. To spread the joy of friendship, the students of class 11th and 12th would be participating in the fourth event, which is manga storyboard competition. The participants have to prepare a manga strip on the topic friendship.
The difference between a poet and a mathematician is that while the mathematician tries to get the heavens into his head and to bring the heavens into our heads as well, we have the fourth title, Mathometer.
Math is not a contemporary subject, but a creative subject, making us creative thinkers, not calculators. The first event for this title is Math Board Game for classes 6 to 8. It is a team activity with the number of participants being 2. The participants have to design and prepare an innovative board game using mathematical concepts.
Math is like going to the gym for your brain. It sharpens your mind. And with that in mind, we have the second event for this title, Math League. The students of classes 9 to 12 would prepare in pairs and choose a sport and prepare a model for it.
Brian Greene rightly said, "Science is a process that takes us from confusion to understanding." The fifth title of the day is Sparkle Science. The first event under this title is Moment of Science, organized for classes 6 to 8. Students have to prepare a working model on either of the topics, agriculture or energy.
You cannot discover new oceans if you don't have courage to lose sight of the shore. The second event, Inquisitive Innovators, for classes 9 to 12, will have the participants explaining in a team of 2 their working models, sustainable development or climate change.
Without wonder and insight, acting is just a business. With it, it becomes creation. The sixth event of the day is Lights, Camera, Actors, Ready, Set, Showtime for classes 9 to 12. The students would be performing a skit in a team of 8 to 10 on the topic People, Planet, Prosperity. The medium of presentation is English. Props may be used.
Richard Branson rightly quoted, "Business opportunity." The seventh title of the day is Pocket Full of Dreams, organized for classes 11th and 12th. The students would be participating in pairs and would be presenting a business plan in the form of a video with a social impact. The business idea must be original.
The function of a good software is to make the complex appear simple. And so, for our talented young programmers from classes 11 to 12, we have organized the 8th event, Code Fiesta. The students would be participating in pairs and would be developing any application related to business with Python idle in 3 hours.
Dance when you're broken open. Dance if you've torn the bandage off. Dance and dance when you're perfectly free. The final event of the day would be beat to beat for classes 8 to 10. There may be 6 to 8 participants per group. The dance style is tribal and our dancers may use a total of 5 minutes on the stage. Movie songs are not allowed. With this, we come to the end of the details of events planned for the day.
We heartily welcome all the schools that have come to participate and grace this event. We are glad to welcome Adarshara School, Chaitanya School, Delhi Public School Bhopal, Delhi Public School Gandhinagar, Podar International School Gandhinagar and Sri Swaminarayan Public School.
All of you have made a huge effort to join us on this occasion. On behalf of Hillwood School, we offer you our most grateful welcome. Thank you for gracing the event with your presence. Without you, this event would be incomplete.
All participants of declamation, Buno Kahani, TED Talk, radio show, lights, camera actors and beat to beat are requested to remain seated as these events will be conducted in the auditorium. Rest of the participants are requested to reach their allotted venues. Volunteers and the teacher in charges of the respective events would guide you. Events. Thank you and have a nice
Right.
The secret to life is to have more beginnings than endings. With this belief, it is now the time to start the events of the day. Words have power. They do not fade. What starts as just a sound ends as a deed. The thunder and lightning that words bring is the very foundation of our declamation competition. The students of classes 11th and 12th will be speaking for a time duration of 3 minutes on the topic, accelerating the progress of G20. Exceeding the time limit may lead to negative marking. The participants will be judged on the basis of their speech clarity, content and overall presentation. Now let us invite our first participant, Vadar Shankar Prabhu from Aditya L1 to deliver a declamation. Put your hands together for Vadar Shankar Prabhu.
Good morning. Before I talk about anything, what does acceleration mean? Well, in terms of physics, it is the rate at which velocity increases with time. But what does acceleration mean in our context? To double, no, quadruple our efforts. The pandemic has backtracked our progress, but this is not some kind of excuse we can give to our environment because the nature follows the butterfly effect, which refers to the chaos it creates due to dependence on initial conditions. That means a small change can have a bigger impact in future. We can't blame on the pandemic because who knows, we might have another one or some other bigger conflicts in the future. The need is to make our actions independent of these situations. Our destination still will be 2030. We can't delay because when we are talking about environment, there are no rooms for mistakes. Well, one way to do that, or I should say we have done that, is to create urgency. In 1987, 197 countries, referring to the whole world, agreed to put a ban on CFCs. But why? Because CFCs had caused a significant hole in ozone. Thus, it had become urgent to take immediate action. You see, our brains are well adapted to deal with present and clear dangers. They are not so good at dealing with long-term, complex, probabilistic forecasts. Thus, till now, we have been ignoring the catastrophes of nature, and we will ignore it until it starts to affect us. It is the time to create this urgency, which will force people to take action. Doing that would help us achieve peace, partnership and sustainability in local communities, which are some of the goals from SDGs. Not doing this would put us into the real urgency, where we would be paralyzed to take any action. Necessity is the mother of invention. This fact is true because this led us to the first, second and the third industrial revolution, which evolved communication from telegraph to telephones to the internet, transportation from steam engines to motor vehicles to electric and hydrogen vehicles, and energy from coal to oil to nuclear and solar energy. But wait, something isn't adding up, because why in the third industrial revolution are we still dependent on burning of fossil fuels to obtain our energy, whereas we know that fossil fuels are limited, and that's why we created these new forms of energy. But the limiting factor here is our mentality, our thinking that, well, fossil fuels are not going to end up tomorrow, right? Thus, no urgency. Now, we have reached to such a point that renewable energy is cheaper, environmentally and financially, to the general public. In fact, the cost of solar cells have reduced up to 78%. By focusing on renewable energy, we are achieving 4 SDGs. Thus, by one action, we are achieving multiple goals. Now, that's what you call an acceleration. At the end, I would like to tell that we have the science and infrastructure, but it is the need to take action, and action in such a way that it accelerates us to the utopian future that we all are aiming for. This is a lyric from the song Gangsta's Paradise, and for real, nature tells us that, tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me. Thank you.
Wow, that was staggeringly spellbinding. With that same energy, we welcome our second participant, Krishna Kalal from Delhi Public School, Bhopal. Good morning, everyone. My name is Krishna Kalal and I'm a student of class 11 from DPS Bhopal, Ahmedabad, and I'll be addressing the topic Accelerating Progress on SDGs. Today, as we gather under the banner of lofty ideals, the Sustainable Development Goals, we talk about accelerating progress, about collaboration, innovation, and leaving no one behind. But let's step back for a moment and ask ourselves, is this all just rhetoric? Are we truly making the strides we so passionately speak of? The mantra, one earth, one family, one future sounds beautiful, almost poetic. But let's be real, our earth is ailing and our global family is fractured. We're living in a time of unprecedented challenges. Climate change ravages our ecosystems, inequality deepens its roots, and injustice persists in the shadows. We pledged to change all that, didn't we? But what have we achieved really? We hear words like interconnectedness and collaboration. We hear words like interconnectedness and collaboration, but where is the tangible evidence of nations actually coming together to solve problems that plague humanity as a whole? We name it inequality, and yet the gap between the haves and have-nots widens. Innovation is the key to our success, they say. Indeed. But still, innovation seems to be a privilege reserved for those with the means to access it. Because while we're celebrating the latest technological marvels, vast swaths of population still lack access to basic necessities like clean water and electricity. Inclusivity, they claim, remain at the heart of our efforts. Yet, almost every day, we see communities being pushed aside, voices silenced, and perspectives ignored. The clock ticks, everyone. Time, as we've been reminded, is of the essence. But then again, let's not mistake urgency for efficacy. For the truth is, while we discuss, while we debate, while we theorize, people suffer. And honestly, it's about time we realize that words alone won't suffice. We must hold our governments accountable for the resources they provide towards SDGs. Let's pressurize corporations to adopt more responsible and sustainable practices rather than paying mere lip service to corporate social responsibility. Let's empower local communities with tools to drive change at their grassroots where progress is the most tangible. I believe we must. Let's empower to accelerate progress on the SDGs. We need to reimagine our commitments. Let's not settle for the mediocrity of minor improvements. Let's strive for transformative change. Let's demand more than words. Let's demand actions that actually match the urgency of our times, because only then can we truly embody the spirit of one earth, one family, and one future. Thank you. What a brilliant performance. Next we call to the stage Dhwani Goplani from Delhi Public School, Gandhinagar, to set fire to the floor. Welcome Dhwani Goplani with a big hand.
For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. A very good morning to honorable judges and the august gathering. I stand before you to speak on the topic Accelerating Growth on SDGs. The story of human evolution is a remarkable journey, a journey that showcases the ability of Homo sapiens to evolve, learn, and create. But with evolution came greed. Then we realized that we have not inherited the world from our forefathers. We have merely borrowed it from our children. We were scared. Thus was born the idea of Sustainable Development Goals. The 17 goals aim for a harmonious world by 2030. From micro targets like clean sanitation and gender equality to macro aims like saving the green planet, SDG is there to shape an all-inclusive, all-sustaining world. The SDGs provide a roadmap towards pressing global challenges and the need for collaboration between governments, businesses, and civil society. SDGs can be met through high standards of governance at all levels. Sabka Saath, India's national development agenda. This Independence Day, our Honorable Prime Minister announced some significant steps towards SDGs like empowering women. Countries build a nation. It is therefore imperative that they become the trailblazers to integrate sustainability. Infosys, for example, has made significant strides in reducing its carbon emissions. As the future policymakers, the youth should now be the flag bearers and save the civilization. Although mankind is on the cusp of ruining the world, they have realized that there is light at the end of every tunnel. Indians are proud to host G20 this year with the theme of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. One effort made in India will impact the whole globe. There is surely a pot of gold at the end of the horizon. A pot holding a better world, a sustainable world. Till then, arise, awake and stop not. Thank you.
Incredible work. I can feel the confidence radiating off of you. Let us welcome our next participant, Manshi Yadav of Poddar International School, Gandhinagar, with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. For a while, allow me to take you all somewhere else. I would request you all to close your eyes and take a deep breath and imagine that you are in the midst of a beautiful green valley with trees swaying in the gentle breeze. Breathe in the fresh air. Ah, how pure, doesn't it? And now, snap back to reality and welcome back to the present world where 1 out of 10 still suffer from hunger, where more people than ever are forced out of their own homes, where they are suffering from natural calamities, disasters, climate change, and whatnot. That's certainly not the picture we had imagined for ourselves. In the year 2015, we have set some goals, some targets for ourselves, namely Sustainable Development Goals, which are 17 global goals aimed to provide for a better future, for a better world to us by 2030. Sadly, we are halfway near to 2030 and still nowhere near to achieve our targets. Our SDG goals are in peril. Only 15% of our targets are on track. What has retarded our growth, you may ask? A number of factors actually, like uneven progress, instability, lack of proper governance, to name a few. So now, the big question arises, how do we accelerate our progress on SDGs? How do we shift gears from that of a slow sluggish of a turtle to that of a zip-zap zoom of a smart rabbit? Well, the answer lies in human ingenuity. We need a new paradigm shift. Therefore, the rescue plan for it hinges on 5 key areas. Number 1, recommit to transformative SDG actions. Number 2, advance inclusive policies for equality. Number 3, strengthen SDG purposes for their betterment. Number 4, recommit to financing SDGs. And number 5, strengthen the UN system. We are in this world together. We cannot afford to leave anyone behind. So let's get this plan done. Let's make our next 7 years count. We are on it together. Thank you.
That was indeed an eye-opener. For our last participant for declamation, we invite Parisudher Prajapati from Sri Swaminarayan Public School.
Good morning to one and all present here. Today, I stand before you all. I am going to talk on accelerating progress on SDGs. The best way to predict the future is to create it. This goes best with the idea of sustainable development and sustainable development goals. We all know about sustainable development, but what are sustainable development goals? These are some goals that aim to transform our world. These are call to actions to end poverty and inequality, to protect our planet, and to make sure all people enjoy health, justice, and prosperity. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development encompasses the world's shared aspirations for its people, planet, and prosperity to be achieved by 2030 through collaborations and sustainable partnership and peace. Under the theme One World, One Family, One Future, the Indian G20 presidency has been on its midpoint of implementation of 2030 agenda. This gives us a unique offer to reflect our progress and our impact, and also to guide the G20 progress so that to accelerate the 2030 agenda. The 2030 Agenda focuses mainly on the areas that have a huge impact on our SDGs. The 17 goals that the 2030 Agenda focuses are no poverty, zero hunger, gender equality, good health and sanitation, clean energy resources, infrastructures, life on water, life on land, and many more. If we all come together and try to complete and achieve these goals, the world may become a better place for all of us to live together. There are a few small steps that we can take to accelerate these processes, such as not wasting the water, saving electricity as much as we can, decomposing the garbage in a proper manner, and many more. These might sound as a very small steps to us, but these play a huge impact on our lives and our development. At last, if we all come together and follow the path of sustainable development, then it is sure that we will be able to make our present and future both a happy and healthy place for each and everyone in the world, and would be able to progress while leaving no one behind. Thank you.
That was an awe-inspiring performance. With that, we have come to the end of the declamation competition.
Success isn't a result of spontaneous combustion. If you want to shine like the sun, you have to first burn like it. The scientists of ISRO have proved this true and made the entire nation proud with the results of their endless hard work. That is Chandrayaan-3. Chandrayaan-3 is a follow-on mission to Chandrayaan-2 to demonstrate end-to-end capability in safe landing on the south pole of the lunar surface. The goal is to place a lander and rover on the lunar surface and operate them for roughly 1 lunar day or 14 Earth days. Chandrayaan-3 completed a soft landing in the moon's south polar region on August 23, 2023. It is a matter of pride that India is the 4th country to successfully land on the moon and the first to do so near the lunar south pole. The Pragyan rover conducted experiments and confirmed the presence of sulfur and traces of elements like aluminium, calcium, iron, and oxygen.
To continue this legacy of scientific progress, ISRO is launching its first solar space mission. This mission, known as Aditya L1, is set to launch today at 11:50 a.m. The Aditya L1 mission is aimed at studying the sun from an halo orbit around the L1 that is the Sun-Earth Lagrange point, which is about 1.5 million kilometers from the Earth. The spacecraft, which is a polar satellite launch vehicle, would carry 7 payloads to observe the upper atmospheric layers of the Sun. Today, we are delighted to have with us Mr. Abhishek Gaur. We are fortunate to receive this golden opportunity of witnessing this historical moment as we launch India's first solar mission.
Mr. Abhishek Gaur is an assistant professor in the Department of Physics, School of Energy Technology, PDEU. He graduated from St. Xavier's College with a major in physics. He is currently pursuing his doctorate from Nirma University, Gandhinagar. His research profile includes extensive study on the novel magnetic materials and their various applications. He is also working in the field of quantum mechanics. Now I request our school head girl, Anika Upadhyay, to welcome Mr. Abhishek Gaur with a sapling. Now, we humbly request Mr. Abhishek Gaur to come to the dais and enlighten us with his words.
Good morning, everyone. So this is a very big day for us, right? We are going to witness the launch of Aditya L1. And recently, as the girls mentioned, that truly Chandrayaan-3 mission was absolute success, and different payloads are giving us absolute good results, right? How many of you are following the news regarding what are the updates since the landing has happened? Raise your hands. Excellent. So, can I ask questions to you guys? Can we talk, right? I would like interaction. Yes. Right. So tell me, what was the surface temperature of the Chandra? The moon, what was the surface temperature of the moon? What is current temperature on Earth right now? Minus 260. On moon surface? No. Moon surface temperature is not minus 260. What was the major temperature? It was 60 degree on the surface. But when they tried to dig deeper inside the surface, by the time they reached 80 mm or 8 centimeters, it dropped to negative 20 degrees Celsius, right? So there was a temperature gradient. Okay? So similarly, the Aditya mission, what it is going to do, it is going to study the sun's outer surface, right? The corona, what we call the corona area. Okay. And can someone tell me what is the temperature of the corona? It will be in hundreds or thousands? Thousands, approximately? Excellent. 5,500 degrees Celsius approximately. Right? So, why moon is important and why sun is important? Since today we are going to witness the Aditya L1 launching, I would like to talk about sun. Why sun is important? Okay, simple question. I will ask simple question. What do we get from the sun?
Sunlight.
Very good answer. I want another answer. Yes?
Where we get different types of waves which makes communication possible.
No, we do not get communication waves. We get a wave, but what? Yes, Beka.
Solar energy.
Excellent. We get energy. It's very simple, right? What do we get from sun? We get energy. Okay. I will come to the center stage so that I can see everyone very closely. I hope there is no other competition. Okay. I'm audible, everyone? Yes. Excellent. She said very correctly. We receive energy from the sun. What happens next? What does the Earth do of that energy? Do we the energy?
Plants grow from the light of the sun.
Excellent, right? But what about the energy? See, how much energy we are receiving? The energy is very high, right? Yes, beta, you were raising the hand?
Some of the energy goes dodges from the atmosphere.
Yes, excellent. So, are you? My simple question, I will come to you. Are we using all the energy which is provided by the sun? Okay. So, how much energy is emitted by the Earth? Approx 1/3. Now, my simple question: what is the conservation of law of energy telling us? Right, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, right? So, if we are only emitting 1/3 energy, very simple logical question: where is the 2/3 energy? If we are storing 2/3 energy every day, because see, when there is night in India, there is a day in USA. So we are continuously receiving energy, right? If you calculate the 1/3 energy, we get around 80 petawatt of energy continuously from the sun, right? That means up to this point, the Earth should have, from this energy, become a glowing hot material where there is no life. But are we such kind of a planet? No. Because we are simply the energy what we are receiving, the same amount is being emitted in the space, right? So what are we receiving actually if it is not the energy? Because if we are having the energy, then the life cannot survive, right? Very simple equation, very simple data. Who are from science? Any science student? Right. Can you answer this question? What are we receiving then if it is not the energy? How the life is sustained on Earth? Partially correct answer. Come on, it's okay. Okay, laws of thermodynamics, have you studied? Right, what is the first law of thermodynamics?
I think the answer is of entropy, right?
Excellent, the answer is entropy. Okay, now understand this. See, science, why do we study science? We say we want to learn the universe or learn the world, right? How the things are functioning. That is the main purpose. So when the Big Bang occurred, the entropy, which is nothing but for the students who are not of the science, what is entropy? Entropy means randomness, right? The randomness of the system is called entropy. So when there was nothing in the universe, the Big Bang occurred, and the Big Bang gave the birth to the known universe that we can see, right? And from the Big Bang up to this point, the randomness is increasing. How? See, the star formation occurs how? This is all science students, all the students of I think in 7th standard onwards know, right? The clouds of gas come together, right? Then the star formation occurs, and from the star comes planets, right? So at the Big Bang, the entropy was the lowest, the randomness was the lowest, then it enhanced, and we are at somewhat middle state. What would be the most highly random or high entropy system? It will be black holes, right? Black holes are some of the high entropy stars, while our sun is somewhat a middle-sized star, right? So after certain billions of years, big stars, they convert into black holes, and the black holes have the highest entropy. So the thing is that we are somewhere in the middle. The sun's age is somewhere between the birth of the sun and the death of the sun. We need to understand that the life that we see today, right, is not going to be the same. The life evolved on Earth due to certain reasons, and that reason was simply the entropy was increasing. What is this entropy? Entropy we can explain it in a way that the usable energy is now becoming more non-usable energy. The simple example is Earth. We are receiving from the sun. What kind of light we are receiving? We are receiving white light, right? Using the prism, we can see all the 7 colors. They together are very much compact wave form of energy, right? It's a compact waveform in which the energy is coming in the form of white light. And what we are doing, as I said, the energy is not utilized. 100% energy that we receive is also emitted to the space. So let's say I'm receiving one packet of energy from the sun, right? I'm emitting 20 packets of the same energy of the sun simply by changing. What happens is that there is a randomness in that energy, right? So the energy that was usable, as the little girl said, that plants grow with the help of the sun, right? What the other animals do, humans and other herbivorous animals eat those plants. Bigger animals eat smaller animals, and that's how the cycle works on the earth. But what happens when the cycle ends, right? The energy is emitted in the form of heat energy. Heat energy is nothing but infrared radiation. So your visible light is around 500 nanometer range, right? 400 to 800 nanometer, and the infrared light is above 800 nanometer to 1200 and 1400 far infrared region, right? So what happens is that the same energy is divided into 20 parts of low energy, and hence the energy equation is the same, but that energy is non-usable, while the energy coming from the sun is usable. So after millions of years, what will happen is that sun is going to expand, right? Its luminance is increased, and the energy will become more and more non-usable. So that's why understanding sun is more important. But see, this particular mission is not for that purpose. That is going to be our purpose after certain thousands of years or million years, right? When the life will be not sustainable on the earth. Okay? So current mission is to understand that, see, this sun is also unpredictable. Sometimes we have sudden solar flares coming from the sun. How many of you have seen very good pictures of northern lights on your Instagram post? Everyone? Right? They are very much beautiful. Right? What are those lights? Why do we see those lights? Oh, excellent, right? Because there are solar flares always coming towards the earth, right? But why do we see them? If there are solar flares, why do we see them in certain area only? See, earth has its magnetic field. Solar flares is nothing but charged particles. Sun is made up of hydrogen gas burns, converts into helium, and it continuously emits electrons and ions towards the universe, right? In all the directions. Some of the portion comes towards the earth, some just crosses the earth and do not interact with us. Those particles get trapped in the magnetic field, okay? Because earth has its own magnetic field. So remember, students, anything that is charged, that has a charge, like electron or ion, they can be trapped in a magnetic field. And when they come to the earth, in the northern region, we know that the northern region and the southern region, the charge gets trapped due to there is a Van Allen radiation belt is created around the earth. I will not go into the details, but they trap these particles, solar flare particles, and they shine into the atmosphere because they are ionized. So they continuously emit light waves, and we see beautiful, bright colors in the sky. So Earth's magnetic field is protecting from the sun's solar flare, and that's why ISRO's mission is very much critical. So what we are going to do is that we are going to launch the satellite. It will go into the Earth's low Earth orbit. So this is our Earth. First we will release it in the low Earth orbit. Then we will increase its orbit into elliptical shape, kind of like an egg circle, right? And then we will launch it towards the sun. Then there is a point between Earth and sun which is called Lagrange point. There are 5 Lagrange points. What these points are that, if I simply tell you, in a tug of war, what do two teams do? One team pulls another team, right? But there is one point of center where the force gets neutralized, right? So Earth's gravitational pull and Sun's gravitational pull gets neutralized in 5 points. One of the points is Lagrangian 1 point, which is between Earth and Sun. Now, how many of you are aware about the James Webb telescope? Beautiful universe images are coming, right? It is also sitting on Lagrange point, but that Lagrange point is away from the Earth, away from the Sun. While this Lagrange point, where our Aditya mission is going to happen, is towards the Sun. See, in the James Webb telescope, we wanted the pictures of universe. We don't want, see, when you take mobile photographs, what do? Do you take photographs towards the sunlight sunlight or away from the sunlight? Away from the sunlight, right? So Lagrangian point where the telescope is sitting is away from the sunlight. There is a sun, there is earth, and there is a telescope. But our mission is to study the solar flares. These solar flares which are coming towards the earth, they can disrupt our satellite networks. Now India has so many satellites. We have so many, we are now developing our own navigation system, right? We have ground stations which are sensitive to solar flares. Our electronic grid network can get affected. So Aditya mission will be away from the earth. It's around going to be 1.5 million, or that is around 15 lakh kilometers away from the earth, sitting towards the sun. Whenever it detects a solar flare coming towards the earth, it will alert each and every station, and we will have enough seconds or minutes to shut down the system so the electronic circuit do not get affected, right? So that is the primary object of this particular mission. Other missions are to understand the magnetic field of the sun, which creates this flare and which separates this flare from the sun, right? Because sun is nothing but a huge plasma, and there are so many things happening at a core level. So it is like you can imagine. Say there are you know that what if you want to imagine it, you can say that you have a sand. Lots of sand is there. If you take sand in your hand, if you try to push it in your hand, what you are doing, you are creating a ball, right? You start to push it further. Now imagine those who are in the science, they will understand anything which is charged and moves in a field, right? It can generate magnetic field, just like how electron revolves in around the atom and it has its magnetic field, right? So we want to understand how the magnetic field in the sun is happening, how it is working, and what are the reasons for solar flares to come out. So these are our primary objectives. So there are going to be 7 payloads. 4 are going to focus on the sun, its corona, its outer structure, and its solar flare, and the 3 are going to work on understanding the magnetic field and how we can predict or detect the solar flare and understand the sun better, so that we can prepare ourselves for any harmful radiation or flares which will come from the sun towards us. As sun is very much useful, as the sun is the important reason, because of the entropy from useful energy, it is giving us life, right? And what we are doing, we are the end product of that energy. We are emitting the unuseful energy, which is heat energy or thermal energy. So there are so many aspects to this mission. One is fundamental science. One is to protect our assets and to understand the physics behind how the sun behaves. See, there are so many things that you can do. You can also become a researcher, scientist, because there are so many things we do not understand at a fundamental level. We actually do not know why electron, which are a fundamental particle, will behave as a particle or a wave. Okay? There is a quantum mechanics, there is a quantum physics which is coming up. The quantum computing is the new computing technology which is coming up, right? So if we have this basic understanding, we will use our computational technique to prepare ourselves for better future. That's why we are doing mission to Moon, mission to Mars, and studying the sun. See, we are very much lucky to be on the Earth, and Earth is the much luckiest planet in the known universe where the life is existing. And the life is existing because of the sun, the energy provided by the sun. So as the sun is also life-giving, it can also take the life, right? So to prepare ourselves, to save our assets and technology, this mission is very much crucial. How much time do I have before we start live transmission?
20 minutes.
So what is the exact time for the transmission?
We should at least begin 5 minutes before 10. I think it is 11:50, I think.
So 45 we should begin.
Okay, excellent.
Either you can have a, want to continue, you can continue, or you have.
So I will take few questions, right? If you have any questions regarding any mission of ISRO or anything regarding physics, you can ask me.
Sir, the missions which are starting now with astronauts going into space, yeah, their return back, can you highlight a little bit on that area as well, area?
Okay.
What we are planning, because I believe the plan is happening somewhere in Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that has to be done. So that is something which will come up as an opportunity
Okay.
also for our children and us, and also a big achievement in our city. So that part, if you can highlight.
Right. So I'm very happy ma'am asked this question. So even though I am not associated with mission,
But I'm sure you know about it.
my mentor, Dr. Devashray. He's 68-year-old. He's my PhD supervisor as well. He has patented one particular polymer material which heals itself from the radiation from the outer space. And it has been patented, and ISRO is actually acquiring that particular material. They are going to use that polymer material to prepare the spacesuit of our astronauts, right? So I'm very happy to talk about that. So the manned mission, we will simply go to lower Earth orbit. We are not going very far away from the Earth, right? Because this is going to be a technology demonstration, and we don't want to, as we are always cautious, we want the first mission, manned mission, will be up to low Earth orbit. It will at max reach up to the height or azimuthal distance as International Space Station, and then we will return back. So the duration will not be more than few hours in the space. So it will be technology demonstration, madam, and the very first round.
Sir, is that true that the rays coming from the sun causes us to see colors?
It is emitting radiation. It's a continuous spectrum that it is emitting, right? So understand that what is a continuous spectrum? What you are seeing me, I am seeing you, right? You can also see the students wearing yellow, white, orange, all colors at once, right? It is a continuous spectrum because of which we can see that. Okay, sun is not only transmitting this particular wavelength, it is transmitting a continuous wave. But our eyes are only able to see the visible light range that includes all these colors. Okay, so that much simple. If our eyes were sensitive to ultraviolet, we would also see ultraviolet radiation. If our eyes were sensitive to infrared radiation, we would also see infrared radiation. So sun is a kind of a giant black body which emits continuous wavelength, but we see only visible light. Any questions? Okay, what else we found on the moon? That is more interesting. Ice. That was Chandrayaan mission 1, right? I am talking about mission 3. What happened very recently? Water. Good, ice means water, right? That we found. Sulfur, right? Oxide. So oxygen is not the breathable oxygen, it's in the form of oxide. But the very interesting thing that was recorded 2 days back was that earthquake on the Chandrayaan was detected by one of the payload on the Chandrayaan 3 lander, right? We have first time detected the earthquake on the moon, right? So yes, we have recorded the earthquake on the moon. We do not know the exact reason. They are still interpolating the exact location from where that happened. But what our instrument did, that we had a rover. So rover was moving around the instrument and its vibration were detected. And you can see, if you look at the intensity in the terms of decibel, the earthquake was detected of very much high decibel. So magnitude was very much important. Yes. Excellent. It's a moonquake.
Okay, we should clap for the Chinese effort. There should be a clapping. Very good. Well done.
Definitely. Okay, so let's be hopeful, because see, the temperature gradient, as I was discussing, on the moon surface was around 60 degrees Celsius, right? But as we were simply moving by 8 centimeters, the temperature dropped to -15, -20 degrees Celsius. So why not? Since we have the presence of sulfur, right? Now we are simply detecting the presence of which gas? Hydrogen, right? Okay. Good. Very good. I am impressed. Okay, any other questions? Any questions regarding the Aditya mission? Yes. Okay, moon has no atmosphere, right? So there we could land because it has hard surface. The temperature has nothing to do with the landing, because our satellite, our lander was made in such a way that it can sustain wide variation of temperature from -80 degrees Celsius, -100 degrees Celsius to up to 150 degrees Celsius. Okay, so it will not get damaged. All the instruments which are we using, they are treated in such a way that the temperature difference of this much is not going to affect this. And on sun, right? The instrument will evaporate, simply. It will melt while it is reaching to the sun. Any other question? See, what happens on the moon, we do it in our labs also. We have a system called sputtering, where we generate plasma from hydrogen atom, and the temperature of the plasma is also around the same as the coronal, that is 5500 degrees Celsius. And to measure that, we also have Langmuir probes, right, which will tell us the density of plasma. The same Langmuir probe is also there on our Chandrayaan-3 mission, right? So these all things that are happening far away, we do them create in our laboratory. So if students are interested, then I can definitely allow you to see the plasma generation in our lab, right? It's very interesting. Even though it's in a very small scale, like a 2-inch diameter only, but we do that in our lab also. So you can understand this all functioning in the lab. But going at the L1 point gives us an edge. If something is happening, we can alert our station, that is the primary objective Aditya L1 launching. Okay, so I hope I am clear about the objectives of the Aditya L1 mission. Okay. So I think it's the time, yes, to begin the launching sequence.
લોકોને શું કહે અહીંયા 26માં સ્કૂલમાં બોલ શું હતું પ્રોગ્રામ છે ને ચાલુ એટલે બોલ ત્યાં તો પછી ત્યાં આપણે ઊભું રહેવા ઊભા રહીને કરવાનું છે ના બોલ તમને મેં આજે બી આપી દીધું બસ 0,967 1.5 લાખની બાઇક નહીં હલો मैं तुमने के लिए
आप देख रहे हैं PSMEC-57 प्रथम चरण पूरी तरह सामान्य
The rocket flying force following nominal trajectory and developing nominal thrust. The bright fumes against a clear midday sky. A rocket launch is more than just a sight to behold. The roaring sound and the vibrations that we can feel into this, the thrills are just amazing.
निर्धारित है ग्राउंड लेड स्ट्रैप-ऑन को सेपरेट कर दिया गया है और प्रथम चरण का निष्पादन सामान्य है। इस घटनाक्रम में अगला एयर लेड स्ट्रैप-ऑन को यहाँ से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा। एयर लेड स्ट्रैप-ऑन सेपरेटेड। यहाँ इसकी भी पुष्टि हो गई है। स्ट्रैप-ऑन को सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है।
We are 100 seconds past the launch time. The ground lit and air lit strap-ons have been separated. S-139 motors still thrusting.
S-139 110 सेकंड के प्रज्वलन काल के पश्चात उसे भी पृथक कर दिया गया है। +2 मिनट। द्वितीय चरण जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है, इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है और वर्तमान में
Launch vehicle is at an altitude of 73 kilometers. First stage has been separated, second stage has begun its operation, and the closed loop guidance has been initiated. According to the announcement by Range Operations Director, PS2 is developing nominal thrust.
PS2 41 टन के तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है। इसमें विकास इंजन द्वारा 800 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न होता है और इसका प्रज्वलन काल लगभग 150 सेकंड का होगा।
Shar and Port Blair tracking stations presently acquiring signals. Flight path closely matching the prediction.
+3 मिनट। वर्तमान में यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत है। सेकंड स्टेज परफॉर्मेंस नॉर्मल। यान की ऊंचाई 106 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 3 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड।
The velocity addition in PS2 regime is going to be from 2 kilometers per second to 4.9 kilometers per second. The payload fairing covering the Aditya L1 spacecraft has been separated. The current altitude of the launch vehicle is 118 kilometers. The relative velocity exceeding 3.8 kilometers per second.
यान अब घने वातावरण से बाहर जा चुका है, इसलिए ऊष्मा कवच की जरूरत नहीं रह जाती है और इस कारण इसे यान से पृथक कर दिया जाता है। द्वितीय चरण वर्तमान में प्रणु उत्पन्न करता हुआ और यान पूरी तरह सामान्य प्रदर्शन करता हुआ अपने अनुमानित पथ की ओर बढ़ रहा है। द्वितीय चरण को भी सफलतापूर्वक यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है उसके प्रज्वलन काल समाप्त होने पर। और तृतीय चरण जो कि ठोस नोदक पर आधारित चरण है, इसे का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
We are close to 5 minutes past the launch time. Presently, the third stage of PSLV is operational, developing nominal thrust.
Plus 5 minutes. तृतीय चरण में 7.6 टन के ठोस नोदक का प्रयोग होता है और इसका प्रज्वलन काल 117.7 सेकेंड का होगा। इस दौरान यह 240 किलोन्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करेगा। वर्तमान में यान की ऊंचाई 134 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 5.96 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकेंड। जैसा कि हम जानते हैं PSLV सबसे विश्वसनीय रॉकेट रहा है इसरो का, वैसा ही प्रदर्शन करता हुआ एक और मिशन PSLV C57 का।
For the present mission, after PS3 completes its burn duration, a coast phase of 200 seconds will follow, in which the rocket will continue to be steered while there is no development of thrust.
जी हाँ, अभी कुछ ही क्षणों में PS3 का प्रज्वलन काल समाप्त हो चुका है और कोस्टिंग फेज इसके बाद जारी रहेगा।
Combined hosting for approximately 200 seconds.
Unique to this mission, the PS4 will start twice at predesignated times and durations. The multiple start capability of PS4 will be utilized very aptly to achieve the argument of perigee of 346.6 degrees, which is very crucial for this mission. The commencement and duration of PS4 burns enable achieving this orbital parameter. Argument of perigee is the angle that is made by the perigee points from the ascending node at equatorial plane. AOP exceeding 300 degrees is helpful in mission planning to achieve halo orbit around L1 with minimal propellant expenditure.
सभी वैज्ञानिक गहनता से अध्ययन करते हुए इन आंकड़ों का, जो कि ग्राउंड स्टेशन द्वारा प्रसारित किए जा रहे हैं। वर्तमान में PS3, PS4 कंबाइंड कोस्टिंग फेज जारी है। यान की ऊंचाई 170 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 7.32 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकेंड है।
plus 9 minutes.
Speaking a few words about the Aditya L1, describing the sun, Indian Vedas have said, Yesha Bhagavan Manirakash Mandalasya Chakravarti Kechara Chakrasya Deepako. ब्रह्मांड भांडस्य असायैव चर्कति भरवति चर्हति च जगत. This mighty jewel, the light of eastern sky, who generates, operates and destroys the universe, while the energy of sun, after having filtered by the atmosphere, is available for the sustenance of earth, the explosive phenomena in sun and the solar flares are cause for concern to the spacecraft and human space missions. The vantage point for such observations is a place in between the sun and earth.
Third stage separated.
Now we have a successful separation event of the third stage of PSLV.
It is approximately 900 seconds plus 10 minutes.
जहाँ तृतीय चरण को सफलतापूर्वक सेटअप कर दिया गया है और अब PS4 कोस्टिंग फेज पर है. इस दौरान कोई भी प्रणोद उत्पन्न नहीं हो रहा है. यान प्राप्त संवेग से आगे बढ़ता हुआ और निर्धारित पथ का अनुकरण करता हुआ जा रहा है.
We are 627 seconds from the launch. For another 600 more seconds or so, we will be tracking data from the bias ground station.
यह कोस्टिंग फेज लगभग 900 सेकंड का होगा. इस दौरान हम आपको कुछ जानकारी देते हैं. लैग्रेंज पॉइंट से जुड़े कुछ रोचक तथ्य भी हैं, जैसे कि इस पॉइंट का नाम एक इटालियन फ्रेंच गणितज्ञ जोसेफ लुई लैग्रेंज के सम्मान में रखा गया था. उन्होंने 1972 में इसे अपनी तकनीकी प्रपत्र जनरल 3 बॉडी प्रॉब्लम में वर्णित किया है. लेकिन इससे पहले भी 3 पॉइंट L1, L2 और L3 को खोजने का श्रेय स्विस गणितज्ञ लेनार्ड ऑयलर को जाता है. L1 पॉइंट पर नासा ने पहले ही सोलर एंड हेलियोस्फेरिक ऑब्जर्वेटरी सोहो को पहुंचा चुका है और विश्व प्रसिद्ध जेम्स वेब टेलीस्कोप को L2 लैग्रेंज पॉइंट पर स्थापित किया गया है. L1 की पृथ्वी से सूर्य की दिशा में दूरी लगभग 15 लाख किलोमीटर है और इसे हम एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल यूनिट में 0.01 एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल यूनिट कह सकते हैं. यह पृथ्वी से सूरज की दूरी का केवल 1% है.
Vantage point for observing sun is a place in between the sun and earth where direct visibility exists to the sun while continuous communication link exists with the earth. These observations will generate a forewarning about disturbances in near earth space environment which could pose danger to the communication systems and spacecraft. Various thermal and magnetic phenomena on the sun are of extreme nature, which cannot be replicated in labs. The best way is to observe the sun up close. The distance between the Earth and Sun is approximately 150 million kilometers. At the central region of the Sun, known as core, the temperature can reach as high as 15 million degrees Celsius. Power source for the Sun is nuclear fusion of hydrogen atoms that takes place in the core. The visible surface of Sun is relatively cool and has a temperature of about 5,500 degrees Celsius. The Aditya L1 spacecraft is planned to be placed in a halo orbit around the Lagrangian point 1 or L1 of the Sun-Earth system, which is about 1.5 million kilometers from Earth, roughly 1% of the distance to Sun. A halo orbit is a periodic three-dimensional orbit near the Lagrange point in the three-body problem of orbital mechanism. The object in this orbit stays in place by the gravity of Earth and Sun. It requires little energy for station keeping. Several probes have been placed in space to observe the Sun by various space agencies. Lagrange's point L1 is a great location for solar explorers such as Aditya L1, as it allows for an unobstructed view of the Sun that is never eclipsed by Earth. At L1, Aditya L1 will join spacecraft such as ESA-NASA's Solar Heliospheric Observatory or SOHO, which has been at L1 since 1996.
लैग्रांज पॉइंट एक ऐसी जगह है अंतरिक्ष में जहां अगर कोई चीज पहुंचती है तो वह वहीं बनी रहती है, क्योंकि लैग्रांज पॉइंट पर दो बड़े द्रव्यमानों का गुरुत्वाकर्षण खिंचाव बराबर हो जाता है और इसमें एक अभिकेंद्रीय बल है कि जो कि पिंड को दोनों द्रव्यमान के साथ बनाए रखता है। ऐसे 5 लैग्रेंजियन पॉइंट्स होते हैं पृथ्वी और सूर्य के बीच। इन पॉइंट्स में अंतरिक्ष यान को भेजकर कम से कम ईंधन की खपत पर या उस स्थान पर अंतरिक्ष प्रयोगों को अध्ययन के लिए बनाए रखा जा सकता है। आदित्य L1 उपग्रह को भी ऐसे ही लैग्रांज पॉइंट 1 पर स्थापित किया जा रहा है। अंतरिक्ष यान को यहां तक पहुंचने में 125 दिन का समय लगेगा। इस लैग्रेंजियन पॉइंट के कुछ फायदे होते हैं, जैसे हम यहाँ आदित्य L1 के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो यह अंतरिक्ष यान लैग्रेंजियन पॉइंट 1 के पास जाएगा और यहाँ ऐसा पॉइंट है जहाँ उसे सूर्य को बिना किसी ग्रहण या रुकावट के निरंतर देखा जा सकेगा और अध्ययन किया जा सकेगा। दूसरा फायदा यह कि विभिन्न मापन या विश्लेषणों के लिए किसी भी तरह की रुकावट या कमी नहीं आएगी। वायु न होने की वजह से इससे दूर तक स्पष्ट देखा जा सकेगा। लैग्रेंज पॉइंट पर इस वेधशाला को रखने का मुख्य कारण यह भी है कि यहाँ उपग्रह लगभग स्थिर रहेगा और उपग्रह के अभिवृद्धि नियंत्रण के लिए अधिक ईंधन की आवश्यकता नहीं होगी। वर्तमान में PS4 चरण का कोस्टिंग फेज जारी है। अब यान की ऊंचाई 280 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 7.18 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड है। अब यह उचित अभिवृद्धि प्राप्त कर पुनः प्रज्वलित किया जाएगा।
Vehicle performance normal.
The Aditya L1 spacecraft carries 7 payloads to observe the protosphere, chromosphere and corona, which is the outermost layer of the Sun. These payloads use electromagnetic, particle and magnetic field detectors. First among the 4 remote sensing payloads is Visible Emission Line Chronograph, VELC, which is a prime payload designed as a reflective coronagraph with a multi-slit spectrograph. This payload is developed jointly by Indian Institute of Astrophysics, Laboratory of Electro-Optical Systems, URRAO Satellite Center, ISRO Inertial Systems Unit and Space Applications Center. The second payload is Solar Low Energy X-ray Spectrometer or SOLEX, designed to measure the solar soft X-ray flux to study solar flares. This payload is developed by URRAO Satellite Center. Third payload is the Solar Ultraviolet Imaging Telescope Suite, which is a UV telescope to image the solar disk in the near ultraviolet wavelength range. The payload is developed by Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, Pune, LEOS, URSE and IISU. The fourth payload is High Energy L1 Orbiting X-ray Spectrometer or HELIOS, developed by URSE is a hard X-ray spectrometer designed to study solar flares in high energy X-rays. The fifth payload is the one which is meant for in situ observations. This is Aditya Solar Wind Particle Experiment, or otherwise called as ASPECS, which comprises of spectrometers to measure low energy particles and high energy ions. This payload is developed by Physical Research Laboratory. The sixth payload is Plasma Analyzer Package for Aditya, in short, PAPA. It is designed to understand the solar winds and its composition and perform mass analysis of solar wind. This payload is developed by Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. The seventh payload is a magnetometer or MAG developed by LEOS, which will measure the low intensity interplanetary magnetic field in space using a pair of magnetic sensors.
आदित्य L1 उपग्रह में नितभार के बारे में जानते हुए इसमें सुदूर संवेदन नितभार हैं और यथास्थिति प्रेक्षण नितभार लगे हुए हैं। सुदूर संवेदन नितभार में सूर्य का प्रेक्षण करने के लिए DELP कोरोना प्रतिबिंबन और वर्णक्रम मापन के लिए है। सोलर अल्ट्रावायलेट इमेजिंग टेलीस्कोप जो कि तस्वीर और ब्रॉडबैंड फ्रीक्वेंसी में फोटोस्फीयर और क्रोमोस्फीयर प्रतिबिंबन, यह पैराबैंगनी प्रतिबिंबन टेलीस्कोप है। इसी क्रम में अगला है SOLES सोलर लो एनर्जी एक्सरे स्पेक्ट्रोमीटर, जो कि सॉफ्ट एक्सरे वर्णक्रम मापी है, जो कि सूर्य के फ्रैक्शन के लिए प्रयोग किया जाएगा। इसमें HE-L1OS हाई एनर्जी L1 ऑर्बिटिंग एक्सरे स्पेक्ट्रोमीटर है, जो कि हार्ड एक्सरे वर्णक्रम मापी है। इसकी अभिकल्पना सोलर फ्लेयर के अध्ययन के लिए की गई है। यथास्थिति निर्धार में आदित्य सोलर विंड पार्टिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट, इसका उद्देश्य है सोलर पवन, सौर पवन में भारी आयन, प्रोटॉन और अल्फा पार्टिकल का विश्लेषण करना। अगला है प्लाज्मा एनालाइजर पैकेज फॉर आदित्य। यह भी सौर पवन में उपस्थित कणों में इलेक्ट्रॉन और भारी आयन की दिशा के साथ विश्लेषण करने के लिए इसे बनाया गया है। एडवांस ट्राइएक्सियल हाई रेजोल्यूशन डिजिटल मैग्नेटोमीटर, इसे त्रिअक्षीय चुंबकीय क्षेत्र के यथास्थिति मापन करने के लिए बनाया गया है और ऐसे 2 समुच्चय लगे हुए हैं इस उपग्रह में। यान पूरी तरह सामान्य, सभी तंत्र सामान्य रूप से कार्य कर रहे हैं और यान अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहा है। आदित्य L1 के नेटवर्क इसरो व अन्य वैज्ञानिक संस्थानों के साथ मिलकर तैयार किए गए हैं। विजुअल एमिशन लाइन क्रोनोग्राफ PLC इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स बेंगलुरु द्वारा तैयार किया गया है। सोलर अल्ट्रावायलेट इमेजिंग टेलीस्कोप सूट इंटर यूनिवर्सिटी सेंटर फॉर एस्ट्रोनॉमी एंड एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स पुणे द्वारा निर्मित है। सोलेक्स और एलियोस दोनों ही URO सैटेलाइट सेंटर बेंगलुरु द्वारा निर्मित किए गए हैं। ASPX और PAPA स्पेस फिजिक्स लैबोरेटरी VSSC तिरुवनंतपुरम द्वारा निर्मित किए गए हैं। और अंत में मैग्नेटोमीटर लैबोरेटरी फॉर इलेक्ट्रो ऑप्टिक सिस्टम्स बेंगलुरु द्वारा निर्मित किया गया है। यह कोर्स फेज जारी रहने वाला है। आइए इस अंतराल में आपको लिए चलते हैं इस मिशन से जुड़ी चर्चा में, जहां वरिष्ठ वैज्ञानिक हमारे प्रश्नों के उत्तर देंगे और फिर इस चर्चा के बाद हम वापस आएंगे लाइव इवेंट्स में।
As we are in the low visibility region of the flight path, we take you to the discussion room with the key personnel. connected with the Aditya L1 will enlighten more on the payloads and details. Over to discussion room.
Welcome viewers. After India's made history with its Chandrayaan-3 moon launch, it has now set its eyes on the sun. These scientific breakthroughs back to back are like feathers on our country's hat. In fact, these celestial bodies are very important and are considered as sacred bodies in multiple global religions. The sun is the central body of our solar system. The world revolves around it, and it is a source of energy for all planets, including the Earth. Today, I am joined by all the scientists who have played behind the scenes to make this project a grand success. And I am Srinidhi, reaching out to you from the Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. And today we'll be discussing about the impact and the benefits of the Aditya L1 space mission. So today we are joined by Dr. Anil Bharadwaj, Director of PRIL, Professor Annapurni Subramanian, Director of Indian Institute of Astrophysics, Dr. Shankar Subramanian, Principal Scientist of Aditya L1 mission, Dr. Durgesh Tripathi, PI of SCYP, Dr. Dipankar Banerjee, Director of IRIS, Nainital, Dr. Satish Tampi, PI of PAPA, and Dr. Vipin K. Yadav, PI of Magnetometer, joining us today for a 25-minute fireside chat on the sidelines of Aditya L1 launch. To start with the Principal Scientist and PI of SOLEX, Dr. Shankar Subramanian, Aditya L1 mission story.
As the mission has been successful, I think we should all applaud once. We have all decided that let us get back to our program, and in between, wherever any important milestone comes up, we shall be updated. Right? Thank you. Parvita.
It is said that the more difficult the struggle is, the more happiness we get when we win. All the hard work and effort put in by ISRO is evident from all the smiling faces. Hearty congratulations on your well-deserved success. This is an inspiration to all of us. On behalf of Hillwood School, we convey our best wishes for many more scientific breakthroughs in the coming years. It is a matter of great pride and pleasure that we got to view the live show of the launch of this prestigious mission. We thank good God for this glorious opportunity from the bottom of our heart. We now request the participants to kindly move back to their respective venues for the continuation of the competition. Thank you.
अभिनंदन। कुछ क्षण पहले हमने एक अप्रतिम दृश्य को देखा जो हमारे जीवन का एक महान दृश्य था। इस महान दृश्य को हम अपने चित्त में धारण कर अपना कार्यक्रम आगे बढ़ाना चाहेंगे। एक कहानीकार कला के उस रूप को दर्शाता है जिसे कोई नहीं देख पाता। इसी विचारधारा के साथ आज मैं ऋषिका चौधरी आप सबका इस बुनो कहानी प्रतियोगिता में स्वागत करते हैं।
आज की इस प्रतियोगिता को रोशन करने वाले जो प्रतिभागी अन्य स्कूल से 4वीं और 5वीं कक्षा के विद्यार्थी हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। उनके नाम कुछ इस प्रकार है।
पहले हमारे साथ है चैतन्य स्कूल गांधीनगर से मधुभाई पटेल और सिद्धि शर्मा।
दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल भोपाल से हैं नायकान रत्नेश सिंह और महिमा राम अवतार सिंह।
श्री स्वामीनारायण पब्लिक स्कूल से उपाध्याय ही।
दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल गांधीनगर से मानवे दीवान।
पोदार इंटरनेशनल स्कूल गांधीनगर से दिव्यांशी जेठवानी और सतीशा इस मंच पर हमारे साथ बने रहेंगे। हर प्रतियोगिता को शुरू करने से पहले उसे जारी रखने के लिए कुछ नियम जरूरी होते हैं। बुनो कहानी के नियम कुछ इस प्रकार हैं।
Students, please pay attention. The competitions for which the judgment is not yet done, those participants are requested to go back to their venue for the judgment. I'm repeating, the competitions for which the judgment is not yet done, and those participants are requested to go back to their venue. Thank you. अब सर्वप्रथम सभी प्रतियोगियों को कोई भी पुरानी कहानियों को एक नए अंदाज में शिक्षा के साथ सुनाना होगा।
प्रत्येक विद्यालय से 2 प्रतियोगी भाग लेंगे।
हमें अवधि होगी सिर्फ 3 मिनट।
प्रतियोगिता का निर्णय प्रस्तुतिकरण, विषय का चयन, उचित साधन सामग्री प्रयोग तथा उच्चारण के आधार पर लिया जाएगा।
वैसे श्रीका काफी दिन हो गए हैं, मैंने अपनी नानी और दादी माँ की कहानियां नहीं सुनी।
सही कहा आर्यमान, आखिर हम हैं हमारे बचपन में, मगर काम कर रहे हैं बचपन वाला।
ठीक कहा, परंतु निराश मत हो। आज हमारे इस मंच पर अपनी कहानीकार अपनी कहानियों से हमें बचपन की यादें दिलाएंगे।
ओह, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि बहुत सारी बचपन की यादें वापस आ जाएंगी। इस पर तो कहना पड़ेगा। दादाजी के वो कहानी और किस्से, दादाजी के वो कहानी और किस्से, दादी माँ के प्यार के इतने खूबसूरत हिस्से आज ला रहे हैं बच्चे हम सबका बचपन वापस।
इसी बचपन को वापस लाने के लिए हम पहले हमारे प्रधानाचार्य जी से कार्यक्रम शुरू करने की अनुमति लेना चाहेंगे। धन्यवाद एवं हार्दिक अभिनंदन प्रधानाचार्य जी। अब मैं सर्वप्रथम इस मंच पर बुलाना चाहूंगा हमारे पहले प्रतियोगी को, जो है
चैतन्य स्कूल से मधुभाई पटेल और सिद्धि शर्मा। इनका स्वागत जोरदार तालियों से करो।
Is the mic on?
Help us! What
about people, planet and prosperity. The performance by Hilbert School is not a part of the competition.
Yeah, bas thank you. नहीं
We can make our Earth a better place to live by taking simple steps like planting a tree, throwing waste in proper dustbins, saying no to plastic bags, etc. So now you are about to enter the enchanted world of nature, where we'll tell you a story of two children who are desperate to save the Earth.
I'm tired of the city, full of buildings, so cold and dead. There are no trees or flowers. It's crowded with people instead.
The roads are blocked with traffic jams. The skies are clear with smog. The noise is just unbearable, and the garbage stench is terrible.
It's just not fair.
Why did the world become like this?
How can we make it what it used to be?
We wonder who that was. It's me, it's Latrice.
Can you really talk, or am I imagining it?
Yes, I can, but only some people can hear me. You want to say something to us? Yes, you are thinking about saving the Earth. Do you really want to?
Yes, we want to, desperately.
Then maybe I can help you. Pluck a leaf from one of my branches, hold it in your hand, then close your eyes and think about saving the Earth, and you will be able to.
Oh, thank you. We must work hard to make this world beautiful again. Let's take the leap and think about saving the earth.
The children reach out for the leaf and hold it in their hands and think about saving the Earth. It looks like they have reached another land. Look for the bare nested cities, the simple bare nested cities.
Forget about your worries, I mean the bare necessities.
Old Mother Nature's recipe that brings the bare nested cities of life. Where are we? Who are these people? This is a land of bare necessities, and these are the want not, waste not people. There are no shops in this land, and no one buys anything. Now when you shop, go buy dresses and shoes, junk jewelries and what have you. Just think a little about from where everything came, honey. Because though you may be paying the price, it's Mother Earth with all the nature that ends up paying the price.
How does Mother Earth with all of nature end up paying a price?
We will tell you how now when you will go and buy a dress. It's made from cloth, woven from thread, which is spun from cotton, which are grown on the plant. And do you know how many forests were cut down to grow these plants? On which grew the cotton, from which the thread was spun, from which the cloth was.
I understand it so clearly now. So whenever we shop for something, we are doing Mother Earth some harm
have to know one more thing about our land.
We do not waste anything here. Nothing is thrown away. Everything is recycled or reused, including our garbage.
And break down. That's very frightening. We have a lot to learn. Let's see where the leaf takes us next.
The children reach the last lands of nature and they are shocked to see what is happening there. The first place they reach is the rainforest.
We give you fresh air to breathe. Animal call us their home. From plants and trees you get foods and medicines home. All the birds, every insect, every animal sustain their life because of us.
But why should we worry about rainforests? They are so far away and there is nothing we can do.
I know in these rainforests, which we may never see, half of the world's plants, animals and insects live in harmony. So much biodiversity.
I know that trees are being cut faster than we know.
So even though these rainforests are far and we may never be able to see them, but we can learn and understand about them because the future, it starts with us.
Our language friends are now in a new habitat. Let's see where they have reached. The sea children come dancing in. Some come as waves and some come as a fish swimming through the waves.
Right here on the ocean floor, such wonderful things surround us. Fish and oysters and eels and whales and sharks in the deep.
Dolphins that leap and dive. There are so many creatures here. So much biodiversity. Under the sea, under the sea. Such a beautiful place that is being threatened by the human race. All the habitats are being destroyed by the earth and all the animals are dying forever.
So we must learn to care, not to waste, to use less and to share. To work hard to make people aware, for that's the only way we can hope to save our earth.
We are not alone to live on this earth. There are various unknown living species that live on the earth. So we should not be selfish and think about all the living species on the earth. We should make the habit of reusing and recycling things like clothes, furniture, toys, books, papers, etc. in order to create less waste. It is important to make the most use of what we have right now in a sustainable manner. Our approach will not only save the earth but our lives as well. So, our climate is changing, so why aren't we? So let's promise ourselves to save the environment.
Amazing! I couldn't take my eyes off this. Martha Graham once quoted, "Great dancers are not great because of their technique. They are great because of their passion." The final title of today is Beat to Beat, organized for classes 8 to 10. There can be 6 to 8 participants per group.
Movie songs are not allowed. The dance style is tribal and our elegant dancers will be given a total of 5 minutes to showcase their skills. They would be judged upon technique, performance quality, choreography, synchronization, costume and overall performance.
Now let's invite our talented participants from Delhi Public School Gandhinagar to grace the floor. Let's welcome DPS Gandhinagar with a big round of applause.
had me hooked. Can we have a huge round of applause for DPS Chandanagar? Next up, let us call upon the participants of Potar International School, Chandanagar to step forward to the stage. A huge round of applause, please.
तुम्हारी फ्रूटी रखी फोटा पाऊँ कर दो नहीं करे वो रेकॉर्ड करूँ हाँ सॉल्व तो करूँ आपको आता ना
but not the least, we invite onto the stage the participants from Sri Swaminarayan Public School, Gandhinagar. Let's welcome them with a big round of applause.
Wide करो.
seamless synchronization. It was a delight to have them on stage.
Patience, persistence, and perseverance make an unbeatable combination for success. And our participants, no doubt, showed immense hard work and effort. With that, we have come to an end of our event of the day. We will soon start with the closing ceremony and prize distribution. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
You don't have to be great to start, but you have to be great. But you have to start to be great. A warm welcome once again to the Hillwood Fest 2023. I hope you all enjoyed the fest thoroughly and take back fond memories of this day, which has been etched in our hearts forever.
As the saying goes, opportunity dances with those already on the dance floor. The recipe for a good performance is preparation and practice. And the next performance speaks louder than words. Now I invite the graceful and dynamic dancers of Hillwood School to come and showcase their evocative moves.
mesmerizing performance. Can we have a thunderous round of applause, please? Knowledge alone is not power. The sharing of our knowledge is where knowledge gets its power from. I now request our esteemed judge, Dr. Rebecca Gennett, to enlighten us with her words of wisdom. Let's welcome her with a huge round of applause, please.
Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon. I think a little more louder. Good afternoon. Have you enjoyed yourself? Have you learned new things? All have learned new things? Wow, that's so wonderful. It's always a pleasure. I want to thank Kiran ma'am for inviting us, giving us this platform. I'm so fascinated by the way you guys put your efforts, let me tell you. It was very difficult to give you marks, to convert your efforts, convert your hard work, your creativity, your thought process, and your exploration was amazing, guys, let me tell you. And it doesn't matter which place we stand. The participation makes it more learning experience, right? So once you participated, and this is a wonderful platform. Usually we don't see schools coming together, inter-schools coming together, and we never had an opportunity. Wish we had a HOD as your principal, ma'am, as you. So it's very nice, and I'm thrilled I could meet new people with sitting with me, and we are discussing the intellectuals. So one thing I just want to say to all of you all, keep doing what you're doing. Whatever the result is, please keep doing what you're doing. And the best part is believe yourself. Today you will be maybe the first rankers were just given a grace marks of maybe 0.5 and 1. It was very, very difficult. I think Sir agrees with us. It was truly difficult, to just give a place or a position. We have to as standing here. That's the reason I think we did our part. But still, I would say you people have done a tremendous effort. You have done beyond what we can imagine, let me tell you. I deal with the mathematical and the science judging. Wow. The way they understood the mathematical concepts. I would like to thank all the maths teachers and the science teachers, not taking away the literature teachers. I love my English teacher who was in the school back, and I still remember Angelica ma'am. So whatever I am, she. Yeah, my maths teacher whom I never used to like. But still, I'm working with the maths department and the computer science department. So thank you once again for participating. You have really put a wonderful effort, and only one thing I want to say, just believe yourself and keep doing whatever you're doing. I would like to thank all the teachers, all the participants and the friends, the cheers, everyone. Thank you so much.
Winning is great, sure. But what's really important is not to win. It is to give your very best at what you do without ever giving up. So then, we've reached the moment we've all been waiting for. Are you ready for the results?
I'm sure all of you are waiting for the prize distribution, but your wait will be postponed for just 10 minutes. Please relax.
10 minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
What? Yeah, I know, 10 minutes.
Please relax while we continue the event.
See, all these minutes are going to pass like seconds, It's not going to be long. So while they are assembling the results, because as Sir and Ma'am said, that it was a difficult job for them to do because there was a difference of 0.5, 0.14 per 1/4. So they're just assembling it. So while I would like to all of you to take a takeaway for your school principals, can I have the hands raised of all the children who have come from other schools? Thank you. Thank you for coming. Put your hands down. Now I'd like you to take a message from my side for your principals. Please tell them my warm regards. Tell them our warm thanks. Hillwood School has extended their warm thanks to each and every principal who has sent a contingent who made the process so beautiful today. Children, this idea was just an idea when we started, and this was committed by us as a school in the orientation program in the month of March when the parents were here. I just said, okay, India को G20 presidency मिली है, तो हम लोग Young Mind Summit करेंगे. It was just an idea which came to our. I would like to thank Bujkos from the core of my heart because they elevated the level of the event. They elevated the level of the event. Also, the proud moment of the launch, Aditya L1 took place, coincided on the same day. I would like to conclude all of this together to say that if your intentions are good, if your ideas are good, if you value people, if you value your talents, everything comes together. It is God who makes the destiny and all of it come together. Believe me, we never planned that the day will coincide with Aditya L1 launch. So we would not have Avinash sir with us. I'm sure he came because it was only Aditya L1's launch. So we would like you to clap for the eminent professors amongst us, Mr. Avinash sir. So his presence added a new flavor to our summit. It added a flavor which coincided with the launch and made it so very pertinent. The launch and his briefings made at least I cleared a couple of my queries, whether you did or not, I don't know. I have asked, and while he was sitting next to me, so I asked my silly questions also. I told them that I'm a literature teacher and with little background of science, so I have some silly questions to pose. So he was graceful enough to clarify all my doubts. Then coming to Rebecca ma'am, I don't know whether I don't feel like calling you for anybody else, like an outsider. You are whenever there's a fest, ma'am is there. It is that and that comfort which she has given us. Thank you, ma'am, for your participation with our this thing. The new entry with our judges arena is Avinash sir. He is somebody who is very creative and has added on his area of flavors. He taught us why a manga should be like judged in a particular way. So there are a lot of inputs which were the finer details which we also learned as a school today. It was, children, what I'm trying to bring out to you is that not only for you, it was a tremendous learning process for all of us. We learned, we evolved, and that is how we grow. So next year, I want the contingent to be bigger. I want more participation. I would love to host 500 children together. So we have upcoming event from Hillwood School will be Model United Nations Conference in about a month and a half. We shall once again send you the invites and expect your wholehearted participation from you. Before I leave the stage, I would like all of you to clap for your tremendous performance. Thank you, Neeraj ma'am, and thank you, Bela ma'am. You helped us out a lot in spite of you were just glued here. Thank you so much. Teachers, escort teachers, thank you so much. Your full day has gone here and I'm sure it must have been worth it. Thank you and have a good day.
इतना फर्क पड़े
अभी थोड़े टाइम में लेने की
हाँ लेना तो यही है कि ज़्यादा महंगी है और 3,000
कितनी
की 3,000 की आती है उससे मालूम है
वैसे तो वाइल्ड लाइफ फोटोग्राफी
अच्छा है
ये 200 से 600 mm का लेंस लेना
तो कितने का लिया
वो 1.5 लाख का
सोनी का
इतना बड़ा
इतना बड़ा आता वाइट
हाँ वाइट
बड़ा आता मालूम है
उससे बहुत सारी फोटो पीछे
कहाँ देखो
मेरा सेक्टर 7 है 7D
मैं बी में रहता है
7B
पुलिस स्टेशन के सामने
हाँ
वाड़ी है
I request the head of the institute, Madam Kiran Upadhyay, to escort our esteemed judges to the stage for the prize distribution.
Winning is not just about being the best. It is about having the courage and determination to be better than you were yesterday. It is a matter of great honor and pleasure to appreciate and reward the hard work as well as performance of the students who have made us all proud. Let's welcome our guests with a big round of applause.
2,40,000. હાલશે મને ઇનામની મિત્ર હવે તો તારે કન્ટિન્યુ ખાલી કેમ આવતો બંધ કોઈ આવે કંટાળો માં તો આવતું નહીં ये तो 225 सोनी का महंगा
The first title, Thinking Aloud, had 4 events. The slogan writing competition was the first competition under this title. The second prize goes to, any guesses? Akshat Ranjan from DPS Babel. And now, the first prize for slogan writing competition goes to Kenisha Patel from Chaitanya School. A huge round of applause for Kenisha, please.
For the second competition, declamation, the second prize is backed by Vagar Shankar Prabhu from Aditya School. The first prize goes to Manshi Yadav from Podar International School.
हाँ भाई हेलो 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 हाँ बोल हाँ हाँ निकल गया फिर उड़ से गया
Third activity under Thinking Out Loud was TED Talk. The second prize goes to Janak Vijay Hadwani from Aditya School. And the first prize of TED Talk competition is awarded to Piyush Srivastava from Podar International School.
The fourth competition
was AM to FM, in which the second prize is backed by DPS Gandhinagar School. A big hand for the winner, please. And the first prize is backed by Delhi Public School, Bhopal. The second title was Hindi Hai Hum, in which we had the storytelling competition, Puno Kahani. And the second prize winner is Manve Diwan from DPS Gandhinagar. A big round of applause, please. The second prize winner for Puno Kahani is Manve Diwan from Delhi Public School, Gandhinagar. And the first prize for Puno Kahani goes to Madhve Patel and Suchi Sharma from Chaitanya School. A big round of applause, please. Chitrotsav was the third title in which students expressed their talents in arts. The first activity was pop-up card designing. The second prize is presented to Vanshita Mehta from Chaitanya School. A big round of applause, please. And the first prize goes to Patel Pragrushji from Sri Swaminarayan Public School. The first prize goes to Patel Pragrushji from Sri Swaminarayan Public School. The second activity was Indian Artistry Competition, in which the second prize is secured by Pranjal Patel from Sri Swaminarayan Public School. And the first prize is backed by... Any guesses? Come on, guesses please. Okay, we'll see. The first prize is backed by Dhriti Shah from Pune International School. The third activity under Chitrotsav was poster making. A huge round of applause for Dhriti, please. The third activity under Chitrotsav was poster making. The second prize goes to Yashvi Raval from Sri Swaminarayan Public School. And the first prize is presented to Nikki Rajesh from Aditya School. A big hand for Nikki, please.
For the fourth activity under Chitrotsav, we have manga storyboard competition. The second prize is backed by Aishani Pandya from Delhi Public School, Gandhinagar. Come on everyone, we expect more enthusiasm. A big round of applause please. For the final stop, the first prize for manga storyboard competition goes to Rinesh Damre from Delhi Public School, Bhopal.
The fourth title, Mathometer, had two events, Math Board Game and Mathily. For Math Board Game, the winners are Aditya Raj and Pratiksha Kumaran from Sriharikota Public School.
Now for what we've all been waiting for. The first prize is backed by Samarth Gurtu and Jairaj from Pudar International School, Gandhinagar.
Next up, we have the fifth title, Sparkle Science, with two events, Moment of Science and the Inquisitive Innovators. For the Moment of Science of this competition, the winners of Moment of Science are Jai Verma and Krishna Sudeshi of TPS Bhopal. And now, the winners of Inquisitive Innovators are Sahaj Parekh and Vansh Thakur from TPS Bhopal.
It's now show time for our talented actors from the titles Lights, Camera, Actors, Ready, Set, Show Time. Out of the multitude of talented artists, the winner of the Best Performer title is Ready, Set, Make Some Noise for Tanishi Mangrolia from Delhi Public School, Bhopal.
pocket full of dreams was organized to students of classes 11th and 12th. Now out of these young businessmen and women, the one who got victory in their pocket, it's none other than Sriharikota and Karya from DPS Global.
Next up, we have the 8th title, Code Fiesta. The students participated and brought forward eye-opening applications and displayed immersive programming skills. Now, to the programmers whose code hacked it into the prize is Harshil Jain and Sohan Patel from Delhi Public School, Bhopal.
Last but not the least, we have the final title, Beat to Beat. Our exceptional dancers showcase some of the most moving performances of all these talented artists. The dancers, whose energy was nothing less than phenomenal, with a performance that leaves me at an absolute loss of words. The ones who danced straight to the Best Performance Award, DPS Gandhinagar. A huge round of applause for our winners.
A big round of applause for all the winners, please. Come on, louder. I can't hear you. I once again congratulate not only the winners, but all of those who participated. Because it takes courage to try. In fact, our greatest lessons are not from our victories, but from our mistakes. With this, we end the prize distribution ceremony. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Let me hear a big round of applause for all the participants.
Come on, people, we can't hear you. Thank you, merci, Nalini, Dhanyavad, Arigato, gracias. The word is the language. The feeling of gratitude is the best attitude. Gratitude makes sense our past, brings peace to our present, and creates a vision for our future. We request the teacher in charges to come onto the stage to collect the participation certificates.
I request everyone to rise for the national anthem. Students, teachers, kindly rise for the national anthem. We want your attention. Lagrange. We kindly request the teacher in charges to come onto the stage to collect the participation certificates.
सही गया था बस वाइंड अप करिए
હવે ઉમાની સિંહને કહ્યું ને કે બદલ દે
તમારું વાઇન્ડ અપ કરો
તો લગમાં બતાવે જ ખરી પેલા
Teacher in charge of Sri Swami Narayan Public School and DPS Gandhinagar are requested to collect the participation certificates near the stage.
तो वाईफाई तो करना
Sri Swami Narayan Public School